Hello and welcome to today's math class. We have 27 to the power of x equal to the cube root of 3 all raised to the square root of x. What is the value of x here? So let's take our solution here. If you have been following our classes for some time now, you'll discover that this is a simple exponential equation. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is just to change this to the smallest base, and 27 can be written as 3 to the power of 3. And also, we have to rewrite this radical, or better still, we can leave it. But first of all, let's change this 27 to 3 to the power of 3. So we're going to have 3 to the power of 3, all raised to the power of our existing x equal to the cube root of our 3 all raised to the power of our x squared. Okay, now we apply a law which says that your a to the power of m times n is same thing as your a to the power of your m all raised to the power of n. So we can use this to multiply this. And so this is going to give us our 3 to the power of our 3x is equal to the cube root of our 3 all raised to the square root of x here. Good. Now with what we have here now, we have to eliminate this cube root radical, and to do that we raise both sides of the equation to the power of 3. And so we're going to raise this side here to the power of 3, we raise this side to the power of 3. And when we do this 3 will go with this radical. Then we apply this law again. Then this is going to give us our 3 to the power of 9x is equal to 3 to the power of square root of x. Now this is simple. Why? Because the base quantities are the same. And we have a law which says that if you have your a to the power of m equal to a to the power of n, it says that it means that a is equals to, m is equals to n. Okay, so if we go by that law, this now implies that we're going to have our 9x is equal to the square root of x. Here we have the square root radical. We just have to do away with this square root radical again. And how do we do that? We raise both sides of the equation to the power of 2. We equally raise this to the power of 2. So this leaves. So we're going to have our 9 to the power of 2, then times our x to the power of 2 equal to x. So we're going to end up having 81 x to the power of 2 is equal to our x. We cannot cancel x from both sides of the equation. In other words, never divide through by x. So we subtract x from both sides of the equation. If we do that, we're going to have our 81 x to the power of 2 minus our x here. Everything will now be equal to 0. So we factor x out. So we're going to have x bracket here is going to give us 81x minus 1 equal to our 0. If we apply the zero product rule, so we're going to have our case 1 from here, or case 1 please, case 1 is going to give us our x will now be equal to 0. So we have x is equal to 0. So this is the first value of x that satisfies the original equation. Although we are going to do a simple verification if it actually satisfies the original equation. Okay, then we take our case 2. So we're having our 81x is equal to, minus, 81 minus 1 is equal to 0. Add 1 to both sides of the equation. So we're going to have 81x is equal to our 1. So we divide through by 81. So we divide this by 81. We equally divide this side by 81. So this will leave. So we're going to have, therefore, our x will now be equal to our 1 all over 81. So this is the second value of x that satisfies this original equation. But like I said earlier, we're going to do a simple check if these two roots actually satisfy the original equation. All right, so let's take our check here. So from here, wherever we see s, we are putting 0 in there. And so this is going to give us our 27 to the power of 0 is equals to the cube root of our 3 to the power of the square root of 0. We know that any number raised to the power of 0 will give us 1 except 0 itself. And so this is going to give us our 1 will now be equal to the cube root of our 3. The square root of 0 will also give us 0. And if we put in 1 here, this is going to give us our cube root of our 1. And the cube root of 1 is equals to 1. So therefore, we now have 1 is equal to 1. So it means that this answer, which we solve for here, x equal to 0, satisfies the original equation. So let's check for the second one. When x is equals to when x is equals to our 1 all over 81. So we want to check when x is equals to 1 all over 81. Again, whenever we see x in our original equation, we are putting 1 all over 81. So the first one here, we have our 27 to the power of 1 all over 81. Then this is equal to our cube root of our 3 all raised to the square root of 1 all over 81. So with what we have in here now, mind you, the square root is covering everything here. So we're going to have our 27 raised to the power of 1 all over 81. This is equal to the cube root of 3. Now, our square root of 1 is the same thing as 1, and the square root of 81 is the same thing as our 9. So here we're going to have our 9 here. Then, because we have base 3 here, we have to rewrite this in base 3. And this is the same thing as 3 raised to the power of our 3. Then we have existing power, which is 1 all over 8 times 1 all over 81 rather. Then this is equal to our 3 raised to the power of 1 all over 9. And this cube root can be written as 1 all over 3 as the power. So this times 1 all over 3. Simple. Here we come to this side. 3 here will give us 1. If we use, so when you divide out, we're going to have our 1 all over 27 here. And on this other side, we use 1 to times 4, it's going to have 1. And 9 times 3 will going to give us 27. So you now discover that the second root, which we solve for here, x equal to 1 all over 81, also satisfies the original equation. So this is how you solve and verify equations of this kind. Thank you for watching. See you in our next class.